Johnny, did you invent time travel? No, time travel doesn't exist as far as I know. Why are you asking? Well, tonight is 25 years to that day that the Preds played their first ever regular season home game. This team is now coached by the man who scored the first goal ever in franchise history, now managed by a man who was the first ever coach in franchise history. So I know that's a little confusing, but I just had to make sure I'm in the right year here. Preds lose 5-3 to the Tampa Bay Lightning Tuesday night inside Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida, as the Preds commence their 25th season in franchise history. Now, this is just game one, folks. There are 81 more games to go this season. As long as you learn something right off of the shoot, when you lose a game like this that was relatively close after first period, with a team that is expected at best to be just on the cusp of making the playoffs, not a division favorite, certainly not a cup favorite. That's all the fan base can ask for, with a new leadership in charge in the front office, a new coach, as we hope to return to prominence once again. But let's see what this season has in store for us. As for tonight, longest off-season in a while for the Preds, because this is the first time they haven't made the playoffs at the end of last season in a while. New leadership in charge. Certainly Roman Josi is still captain, but we have new alternate captains in Ryan McDonough and new acquisition via free agency, Ryan O'Reilly. If you don't include that sloppy first period that the Preds were lucky to get out of, not down by much, it was a relatively even game, considering that they almost clawed back to get a point, if not more, by the end of 60 minutes. Being outshot 5-0 early and taking 7 minutes of the first period to record your first shot on goal against, let me check my notes, Jonas Johansson, because Andrei Vasilevsky is out for literally weeks with injury, is not how you want to start this game, much less the season. But considering later on that the offense showed up and actually tested this relative rookie goalie, I can't be too upset after just one game. Oh, don't worry. There's going to be plenty of times for me to rant and rave later in the season when this team gives bad performances. And from now and then, they will do that. But let me save my energy for then and keep my heart rate relatively normal. Thank God for UC Saros, something I know I will be saying a ton this season, because the Lightning outshot the Preds 13-2 after 20 minutes and the Preds were only down 1-0. And hey, thank you to Luke Schenn, the first of many mistakes he will make to start the season. Not off to a great start with the fan base, as he can't tie up Steven Stamkos and let UC Saros see Nikita Kucherov's shot that gets by him, the one goal the Preds would give up and be lucky to only be down by that score after 20 minutes. As for the positives, take a gander at that second period. I'd love to see and hear what was said during the first intermission, because the Preds came out a lot more positive with a lot more jump. They outshot the Lightning 13-5 overall in the middle frame. And in case you missed it, Preds Nation, and checked out after the Preds' last game of the season last year against Colorado, the Preds have a new bench boss. Yes, that's right. The man who scored the first goal in franchise history, Andrew Brunette, has come home and is now the Preds' fourth coach in franchise history. And whatever he said during the first intermission rubbed off on his team, and though they didn't score any more than this one goal that I'm about to mention, they also didn't give up any goals. And newly free agent signee Ryan O'Reilly, after a beautiful toe drag from Philip Forsberg, is able to beat Jonas Johansson, his first of many, we hope, this season, over the next 4 seasons that he signed with the Preds. Ryan O'Reilly has tied this game at 1, and that's where we stand after 40 minutes. In the third period, much more balanced shot total by the end of it between the Preds and the Lightning. And wouldn't you know it, mere seconds into the third period. The Preds' first lead of the season. You hope there's going to be more since they didn't get the W tonight. But mere seconds into the third period, eventually a play started by Ryan O'Reilly off of a defensive miscue by the Lightning into their zone. And Juuso Parssinen is parked right in front of Jonas Johansson. Yes, go to the net and good things will happen, as the old adage goes. And the Preds lead this game before you know it, 2-1. But mere moments later, after a waved off goal that was scored by the Preds for goalie interference, it would soon become the Tampa Bay Lightning show once again in their home barn. On the power play, Nick Paul would score his first of 2 goals tonight, and that would later be followed up moments later by Brennan Hagel, held by, you guessed it, Luke Schenn, resulting in a penalty shot, and the Lightning have the lead, now up 3-2. To their credit, at that point when giving up the lead again, the Preds didn't lay down and die. The guys on this roster, including the kids, stepped up looking to impress and want to stay on this roster that is going to go through a lot of transition until Andrew Brunette finds a good flow. On the power play, the Preds would score their first power play goal of the season, the first of many, because the Preds historically recently haven't had the best power play. But on the power play, with a screen in front of Jonas Johansson created by Philip Tomasino, wouldn't you know it, Tommy Novak with the beautiful snipe over Jonas Johansson's right shoulder ties this game up. We're all square at 3 again. But alas, the Tampa Bay Lightning found another gear. They are much more experienced after all, and Jeremy Lauzon is in the box for high-sticking Connor Sheary, and there's Nick Paul to give the Lightning a 4-3 lead, and that would be it, because despite the Preds pulling Saros and keeping the pressure in the Lightning zone through the last 2 minutes or so of regulation, I will give them credit. They did not bend to the pressure and allow an empty net goal until mere seconds were remaining in the third period, regulation overall. And the Lightning, with that empty netter, win this game 5-3. So there you have it. Game 1 is in the books. It's an 82-game season. Not a 5-game season, not a 21-game season, or a 41-game season. An 82-game marathon that you're going to have your highs and you're going to have your lows throughout it. Ryan O'Reilly tonight, if that's a preview of what 81 more games is going to be with you on the roster, money well spent for the next 4 seasons. I'm fairly confident after how you showed yourself tonight. Luke Schenn? Bleh. I certainly hope tonight was an outlier, especially if you're going to be paired with Roman Josi throughout the season to help defend him from aggressive and toughness from opposing teams to allow him scoring opportunities. Jeremy Lauzon? Dude, you know fans are on you at the best of times looking for you and the mistakes that you make when you're on the ice. You've got to be better, and I would actually hope that you're benched for the home opener as we try to see what fits, and put Dante Fabro back in the lineup. Andrew Brunette, please. Special teams, what can I say? Good start, getting the power play going right away, but the penalty kill has to be better. And preferably, don't take bad penalties, putting yourself behind the 8 ball, because Tampa Bay is not who they used to be. But if you perform like this, disciplinary wise, against better teams in the league, they're going to eat your lunch. Again, this is just one game. I'm not going to get too happy or sad until later in the season, when this team from time to time will give bad efforts. For now, I will save my anger off camera for the Titans and my Irish. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click a like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Predemption. This is my 5th season of doing Pred fan reaction videos after all, hence PFR5. And I'll talk to you guys on Thursday.